Hi, this is Lucy, and today I am going to show you how to build this giant mushroom house in Fallout 76. This is an advanced build. I'm warning you now. You will need catwalks, a flamer trap, or someone to get into PvP with. If this is something that you are interested in, please stay tuned. So, as you can see, I am dressed for the build. Nora doesn't look very happy though. Yeah, I know, love. Right, I will give you a quick tour. If you want to know where I am on the map, I am down between Overlook Cabin and Summersville. I build here a lot. I have been building here for years, and I have noticed that it's actually become quite a popular spot. So it's fairly flat, and I like to have road frontage, so yeah. Now, if you follow my channel and you're interested in No Man's Sky, you will know that I did a video on how to build a giant mushroom house in No Man's Sky recently. This is what it looks like. So I wondered if I could do it in Fallout 76. This is what it looks like looking down. So you do have sort of a mushroom cap. I would have liked to have been able to put spots on it, but alas, I couldn't find anything. Everything's vertical or horizontal in this game. Nothing sort of will follow the roofs, so I was a bit stuffed, but I think this roof looks nice on it. I did experiment with some others. I will give you a quick tour. Whoops. So I kind of tried to keep with a natural theme. I put this ladder in because I couldn't get a staircase in here. There just wasn't enough room. I did buy this from the Atom store, and I have to confess that when I bought it, I did not know that it was a bed that eats you. So it does spit you out on the floor. Unfortunately, it's not giving me the... I'm too close. I think the ladder's in the way. So that's fun. I like that. I don't often like the silly things in this game, but it kind of went with this build. I have a small kitchen. I've been experimenting. This is still a work in progress. A cooking station using embedded conduits as sort of, I suppose, halogen. It's a work in progress. I'm not 100% happy with it yet. I use this small rectangular table. It really needs to be bigger, a square maybe, or two, but I wanted to power it up so it looks like it's lit up. So it was complicated in this space, but I will keep working on that. I merged the butcher's block into the counter to make a chopping board, and obviously merged some plants and a fish in there. I put a candle in the demijohn. Usual shelf merge. Upstairs. Oh, and yes, I did get the Valentine's flower arrangement. It kind of annoys me because it's got tulips, daffodils and roses, and if you know anything about gardening, these flowers do not grow at the same time. I would have actually preferred to have a bouquet of the flowers that it takes to make it, which are soot flowers, ash rose, and the blue glowy flower whose name eludes me. I would look it up in the build menu, but I am currently on a custom world and everything is free to build. This was built in Adventure. I have imported it in to redo it, but all the build settings, apart from the free resources, are exactly the same as they are in Adventure. And if you play on Xbox, you can come and visit this camp, because I rotate my characters throughout the season, and I am currently doing season 12. I recently said I'd done 9 seasons. Apparently I'd done 11. I've actually lost count now of how many seasons there have been, because there have been so many. So this is an alternative bedroom up here. Yeah, it just gave it. I mean, you don't need the upstairs. You could just completely take that out and just have the plant bed if you wanted. It's up to you. There is a little bit of glitching. It's kind of inevitable. That's why there's rugs everywhere. It kind of hides the glitching a bit. But I also think it adds some softness to the build. That's my excuse. I did originally build another round for the workshop, but I kind of felt that it detracted. I wanted this to be the real focal point in the camp. We do have a little kind of campfire out here with another cooking pot, some benches, and I've got a wood pile got from the scoreboard. And so where is my workshop? Well, you could probably tell by looking at this that there are bushes everywhere. I have actually put it under the ground. It is down here. I am pretty much maxed out of budget. I have a room here with nothing in, but you'd have a nice view of the, yeah, whatever that is. It's very odd, isn't it, sometimes? So that's what that's for. Oh, and another one of these. I actually built quite a few, so because I had loads of resources, I thought I'd store them so that I don't have to go get the weird flowers every time I want to build one. Right, there we go. So, I will show you how to build it. Now, before we start, I'm going to say, obviously you need a circle. You need a traditional circle. I'm not going to show you how to build that, because just to do that part of the video would be half an hour. So I am going to assume you know how to do it, that you have one, or that you know someone you can copy one from. If you play on Xbox, I can put a circle down for you in a workshop. And I will put a couple of links down below to tutorials that I recommend. However, this wasn't built just using one circle. I originally thought I could do that, so I put a circle down and I put walls around on the inner part. But the problem was that the walls didn't meet. There was the equivalent of about a 2-foot gap between the walls. I tried filling them with stacked pillars, but I wasn't happy with it. So I found a way to make a really easy blueprint for a small circle, and I'm going to show you how to do that first. The other thing I will suggest is, if you are going to put your workshop under the ground, that you do that first, because I did this last night and I got a foundation stuck. And I had this amazing contraption of foundations and ladders and upper floors all the way around here, and I actually got to the point that I thought I was going to have to scrap this camp and start again. But I did manage to get it off by using a sloped foundation and then building up from there. I had attached a foundation to a ladder that was coming up from under the ground, and the foundation was halfway under the ground and it did not like it at all. So the day was saved, but I honestly thought that I was going to have to just draw a line under this. So if you want to do the underground part, do that first before you build the mushroom. Anyway, I will now make a start. So the first thing we're going to do is make the blueprint for the small circle, or small octagon really. We're going to start with a foundation. Now you want a foundation that has lines on it like this that quarters it up. You don't have to use the base one, you can use this one. This is quite a good one. And the premise of this is that we are going to offset foundations by 3/4 using catwalks. If you want the pattern to go in the same direction, use a patterned piece here. And we're going to do that all the way around on 4 sides. So you should have something that looks like this. Now we're going to take this foundation in the middle and we are going to turn it 90 degrees. And the reason we want this line on the pattern on it is so that when we twist it, we're going to try and line up that line with the corner of the ghost of where the foundation was previously. To test to make sure it's in the right place, use 3/4 catwalks, which of course is a 1/2 and a 1/4. And check to make sure the gap on either side of this foundation is roughly the same. Slightly smaller on this side, but it should be okay. Now we're going to take this one up. It was a test one. Now these kind of builds glitch because of overlapping, so we're going to place another foundation here next to this one and remove it. And then we are going to try and lower this foundation an absolutely minuscule amount. We'll snap our original foundation down like that, remove this one, and do our 3/4 trick again. If you do at any point lose your place, just remember that the middle one is 3/4 of catwalk away from the outer ones, so you can always replace it. Right, we now need to add some walls. Now we need to turn these walls around. We can do that again with a catwalk. Place the catwalk, select it and pull it forward. That way you can move the foundation in the middle and then replace it at the end, but it's easier to do it like this. As you will see, these gaps between the walls will close up. As you pull the walls in. So it should now look like this. So now we need to blueprint it. You can try doing the select structure, but all it will do is select a foundation and a wall. But it can be a little bit quicker if you do that. Don't forget to select the foundation in the middle. Go around, make sure you have everything selected, and then create your blueprint. Before you place your blueprint, make sure that every piece is there. And then place your blueprint. There is still a little bit of glitching, but if you do it too low, then it's mostly around the middle. You could put a mat around there. If you lower it too much, you will end up with visible dips in your floor. You can just see it here. Okay, the next thing we are going to do is place a large circle. As I said, I am not going to show you how to do this because this video would be 6 months long. Now, my circle has a hole in the middle, and the reason for this is that it means that I can hopefully snap it to a foundation and line it up with the road. Now I think this is a little bit low, so I'm going to bring it up a little bit. Whoops. Camera mode is great, but it can be disorientating. Now, this location isn't completely flat. It rises up away from the road, so there we go. I have my full circle. Now the next thing we're going to do is take all of the foundations off, apart from the one at the front here. Next we are going to put another foundation here, so attaching it to this one. This outer circle is to attach the roofs to get that large mushroom cap on top. We're now going to add a quarter catwalk here. And another foundation. You next need a wall, any wall. And we are going to add a couple of roofs, flat roofs. Make sure they're attached to the wall. And we need them different colours because we need to see where they join. Now, you cannot snap the small circle into the big circle, and even if you could, you would end up with missing floors. We need to remove this wall. We're basically creating a guide to line up our small circle. I mean, if you can think of a better way of doing this, then by all means have at it. Now, what I'm going to try and do is line this wall up between these two roofs. It's easier in camera mode, but it is not really easy. And now you should have your small circle in the middle of your big circle. We can remove these roofs. Right. We're going to start with the cap, not the gills underneath. So we need to add another set of walls on top of the outer circle. And on the inner, because we are going to put some flat roofs in the middle here to put our flamer trap on. There is going to be a lot of flamer trapping, I'm afraid. Now obviously you don't need to get up there if you're in camera mode, but as I said, you need somewhere to put your flamer trap. So I'm going to be starting with the red roofs. Obviously you don't need to use this colour, whichever one you want for your cap, and putting a roof on every alternate wall, the reason being that you can't overlap them. Next we're going to get our flamer trap out, and this isn't something I usually do, but because there is going to be so much and I don't want to be jumping up and down there, I'm actually going to power it up. Then just move it around and flamer trap all of these roofs. Store your flamer trap between sessions so that you do not have to repair it. And then just place roofs in the gaps, making sure you're attaching to the wall and not the other roofs. So we're not going to repair these. In fact, we will pretty much be destroying this entire roof so that we can get the green roof underneath. We now need to add the next layer. And the easiest way to do this is to add a flat roof like that and then put it in the upright position. And again, you might have problems with intersecting, so we will be flamer trapping these. Right, we need to flamer trap these four. Going to get my trusty toilet out. You can try moving this roof this way as well, which might help. Turn the toilet, not the flamer trap, or try. So it should look like this now. Again, we can't put a vertical one in, we need to put a horizontal one in and raise it up. Now there are gaps here. If you want to go around and flamer trap these, because you're going to need to flamer trap them anyway. I actually didn't bother, they're very small gaps, it's up to you. And we want one at the top. Like so. What we're going to do next is pretty much just flamer trap everything. It makes things a lot easier. Now we need to try and get the flat roofs on, and I usually find it easier to take down the inner circle top wall temporarily. So now we need to add these roofs. Now you will notice that they will not snap on, and there is a fix for this. Take your roof in the upright position and snap it onto the outside. You can go round and do this on all of them if you want, or just do one at a time. Then flatten them down and attach a roof on the inside. Make sure that the roofs are facing the way you want to make them look like the gills of a mushroom. So go around and do that for every other one. I'm afraid, yes, there will be more flamer trapping. Once you've done the first row, remove these pieces. Just switch them to a different style and you'll break the dependency and they should come straight off. You can also, while you're here, put a few, it's very difficult to see, probably easier done from below. Put a few in like this. We can flamer trap them at the same time. And now we need to flamer trap all of these roofs. I'm going to put a roof here and here. If you're careful with your roof placement on this one, you should be able to get your toilet and flamer trap up here. This is rather tedious, I'm afraid, and you will have to move your flamer trap and the roof around to get the position you want, but it is doable, obviously. If you have difficulty getting at some of them, then by all means put your flamer trap outside like this. Right, they should all be done. So now we need to go over the gaps, and we need to do the same as before with the verticals on the outside. Making sure you pick one that has not already got one. I'm not sure about that one. No, I think we're okay. It is rather a painstaking and tedious thing, I'm afraid. If you have difficulty identifying which ones you need to do, go around and maybe change the style of wall. So that you know which ones. That's not... So you're doing every other one. Fill in for the next row. Now you will probably find that you are going to have a problem with gaps here. So unfortunately we need to do more flamer trapping, and this is getting very tricky because we don't have enough space. So I would suggest definitely on these ones that you place your flamer trap on the outside, but we need it on a lower level than this, so move that one off, put it lower. And if we are very lucky, just be aware that your flamer trap, oh, actually it won't hurt you if you're in camera mode, so that's fine. It should go, if you get it close enough, along too. And I have noticed a couple didn't break in the middle, so my flamer trap obviously wasn't close enough to the wall, so just go around and try it again. There we go, I think. One left! So, more roofs. As I said, try doing this from the underside. Now you may find that these will not snap on unless you repair. So just repair the individual ones that you want to get the next row on. Now we have tiny little gaps in some places. It's up to you whether you want to do another level. It does mean more flamer trapping. There goes my flamer trap. If you want to do another row, just go around the outside with your flamer trap again and do those. And I think we've done it. Take off all these supporting roofs here. No, don't want to scrap the wall. And we have our roof. Right, we are going to repair all, which is going to cost us a lot in resources. And we have our roof done. For me, it's more important that the underside, the gills, are perfect because these are going to be more visible than the top. I didn't do the extra roofs on the top, but you can if you want. So there are these little gaps here in the top. You could just, as I said, some people jetpack up here, but I don't think it detracts. Right, we need to take these outside walls off now. Take the walls off underneath to start. Then flatten the red roof and it should come off. Now I would suggest that if you want to use green on the top of your mushroom, that you do this with a different colour to start with, because otherwise you will get very confused when you're trying to put some in the upright position. Although maybe it won't matter. Try it and see. I do find it is easier to put the red roofs back in the upright position from underneath. Check on the left to make sure that you have selected the right one. It will be on the red roof. Oh my goodness. It is done. Right. I think I need a holiday. Somewhere warm. Right, now we're going to work on the stem. I'm using these Vault-Tec walls because I kind of think that when you go up close they kind of look whiter. And if you're using white wallpaper, I don't know if I'm deluding myself. Whoops. Front and back we're going to be using half walls so we can put little windows in. And I am going to change these to the Vault-Tec if I can. Have noticed this happens sometimes. They don't show up as an option to swap to. So can't remember which doorway I used. I think it was this one, but I might be wrong. Put a couple of half walls on top there. We're going to be double walling them. Now, the easiest way to double wall this is, well, if you've got this far, you have catwalks. Take a catwalk. Because the foundations are quite high, I wanted to cover the stem all the way to the bottom. So and you will find that once you've got that on, you can double wall, and this is an easy double wall trick as well for double walling without another foundation on the other side. You can just double wall, attach it to the catwalk. So just go around, not on this one, and double wall like so. Be aware that you can't remove these walls unless you remove this wall first, and be very careful when selecting this. Don't select the foundation. If you're removing it, do not select the foundation behind. It will tell you on the top right what you have selected. Just a tip there. Speaking from experience, not on this build but on other builds. I did go around the front foundation with these lower walls as well. I haven't put it on yet because I wanted to lower it on my build, but because the foundations were so high, once I placed it I couldn't actually move it. You can put one on the front. What you do is you just flamer trap this and then attach your stairs and then repair it. I'll show you in a sec. Right. Flamer trapping time. Yay. Right, add a roof there if you can. Take a stash box. Flamer trap. Same at the front. It is very difficult to get this roof on here. While we have it out, we are going to flame a trap this down here. If you're wondering why my that won't work, it's too high. My cable has been stretching because I've been placing it on an object, and if you've ever seen any of my electrical videos, you know if you put something on once, put something onto if you put an electrical component on an object and move it once, it will stretch the wire. Don't know why this is not breaking this wall. There we go. Right. You put those steps on now and then repair that. You can have your wall and eat it. I have realised I haven't double walled the front door, which was very clever because I moved the foundation down. But I will use the door trick to sort that out. Right. Add half walls. I use the Halloween set like this. Just repair these. All the way around. We can do a repair all in the end. I wanted to put the upstairs part in. You will need your flamer trap again. Nearly there. Home stretch, guys. Toilet. Flamer trap. Actually, I'm just going to Right, I'm going to put this out of the way a second. You will have to do this one as well. Should possibly have done them the wrong way around, the other way around, but it doesn't matter. This one will not go on because it intersects with this, so we are also going to have to flame a trap that second one. Right, we can do a repair all. And you should have something that looks like this. So just go around and convert all of these into walls. For wallpaper, I used this white striped wood. Now obviously this, you may not have this wallpaper, but oops, don't, whatever you do, pick up a foundation. It would look equally as good with the cream or whatever you fancy really. On the inside I did use the cream. So there we have it, although I have realised that the windows are actually in the wrong place. I had put them here. Obviously it's up to you where you want to put the windows. You can put them all the way around if you want. I love this roof. It is a thing of beauty, although it is an absolute pain to build. It also has an advantage of you can hide your generators up here because you can pass through objects. You can actually hide your generators up here, which I did, and then using a conduit on a movable object, I placed them between doorways. So there was power radiating down the bottom. Although it occurred to me after the fact, you could put a generating power box embedded in the middle foundation when you build the blueprint, and I might actually update my blueprint in case I use it again so that I don't have to worry about power. It was easier to build this in No Man's Sky despite having to wire glitch a circle, and although I preferred the top of the roof in No Man's Sky, I really do like the gills underneath, so kind of 50-50 on that. I hope you like the build. I hope you have fun with it. I wouldn't suggest trying this if you're a beginner. If you've got any questions or comments, please post them down below. That's all from me today. Thank you for watching.